Today is November 27th, 2025. This is Read Through the Bible.
Hi, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, this is a day that we give thanks to God for all the wonderful
ways He has blessed us.
Yes. Comes from our son's Thanksgiving video, which is very famous, which we love.
Our 18-year-old son made it when he was about 3.
Yes. I can post that. That'll be a good thing to do. We'll post in the show notes. It's a David video about that. Okay, and also we're hitting here 1 Kings 14, and this book of 1 Kings and 2 Kings is pretty confusing and difficult because he's trying to tell the story of two nations. So it's not always like linear. He tells the story of the north, Israel, and he tells the story of the south, Judah.
Right, so that's something you've got to keep straight, basically the rest of 1 and 2 Kings.
Yeah, and so 1 Kings 14 we're going to read today is half Israel in the north and then half Judah in the south. Mm-hmm. And so what we have found helpful is if you just place a little I standing for Israel just right next to chapter 14, verse 1, and then when you come to
verse 21,
you put a little J.
Yep.
And so it can kind of help you. Okay, so are we talking about the north? We're talking about the south because these kings often have the same names even.
Right, and a lot of times they argue with each other and fight with each other, or the author will say, in the 7th year of so and so king of Israel, this king in Judah did this, and so they'll reference the time frames of the different kings. So it gets very confusing.
Yeah, it would be helpful if you want to memorize the kings of Israel and Judah. We have a song which we wrote. And
we wrote just because we wanted to keep it straight. And
really helps. I will link that in the show notes as well. It's about singing the kings of Israel. They start with Jeroboam. And we sing the kings of Judah, Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa. It's like we know these names, and if you sing the song and get to know it, you can know the names too, and it'll super help you as you read through these about the kings.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
So here we start first in Israel. I got a little I next to chapter 14, verse 1. At that time, Abijah, the son of Jeroboam, fell sick. And Jeroboam said to his wife, "Arise and disguise yourself, that it not be known that you are the wife of Jeroboam, and go to Shiloh. Behold, Ahijah the prophet is there, who said of me that I should be king over this people." Remember, that's chapter 12, when he tore that garment into 12 pieces and gave 10 to Jeroboam. And it came true, and he saw that, and so, hey, this guy's a man of God. He can speak. "Take with you 10 loaves, some cakes, and a jar of honey, and go to him. He will tell you what's happened to the child." And perhaps he's got some miracle healing. He can heal our child.
Jeroboam's wife did so. She arose and went to Shiloh and came to the house of Ahijah. Now Ahijah could not see, for his eyes were dim because of his age. But the Lord said to Ahijah, "Behold, the wife of Jeroboam is coming to inquire of you concerning her son, for he is sick. Thus and thus shall you say to her."
He's got a little insight and scoop. And when she came, she pretended to be another woman. But when Ahijah heard the sound of her feet, and she came in at the door, he said, "Come in, wife of Jeroboam." "Why do you pretend to be another? For I am charged with unbearable news for you. Go tell Jeroboam, quote, 'Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, because I exalted you from among the people and made you leader over my people Israel, and tore the kingdom away from the house of David and gave it to you, and yet you have not been like my servant David, who kept my commandments and followed me with all his heart, doing only that which was right in my eyes. But you have done evil above all who were before you, and have gone and made for yourself other gods and metal images, provoking me to anger, and have cast me behind your back. Therefore I will bring harm upon the house of Jeroboam, and will cut off from Jeroboam every male, both bond and free in Israel, and burn up the house of Jeroboam, as a man burns up dung until it is gone. Anyone belonging to Jeroboam who dies in the city, the dogs will eat. And anyone who dies in the open country, the birds of the heavens shall eat. For God, the Lord has spoken it."
So they won't get an honorable burial.
Yeah, and what is key here is this means that the dynasty of Jeroboam did not continue on, which is a huge issue here in the difference between Israel and Judah. Israel's going to have many dynasties, meaning that another man's going to come in and reign. Nadab.
rather than the son and the grandson and the great-grandson and the great-great-grandson and so on.
But in Judah, we're going to see the dynasty last for hundreds of years because it needs to last because Messiah will come from the line of David.
So it's always a descendant of David on the throne.
And so here's the first dynasty that will be destroyed. Arise, therefore, and go to your house. When your feet enter the city, the child will die, and all Israel shall mourn for him and bury him. For he only of Jeroboam shall come to the grave, because in him there is found something pleasing to the Lord, the God of Israel, in the house of Jeroboam. Moreover, the Lord will raise up for himself a king over Israel, who shall cut off the house of Jeroboam today. And henceforth the Lord will strike Israel as a reed is shaken in the water, and root up Israel out of this good land that he gave to their fathers, and scatter them beyond the Euphrates, because they have made their Asherim, provoking the Lord to anger. And he will give Israel up because of the sins of Jeroboam, which he sinned and made Israel to sin.
Wow. There again, it's being prophesied that they're going to be cut off completely.
Yep, and this is when Israel comes and destroys them, all coming back to how great the sin of Jeroboam was.
Verse 17, then Jeroboam's wife arose. She had some really heavy news.
Oh, my goodness.
It didn't go how she was expecting or hoping. But then Jeroboam's wife arose and departed and came to Tirzah, which I think was the capital of the northern kingdom of Israel at that time.
Just for a few more kings.
Right. Yep. And she came to the threshold of the house. As she came to the threshold of the house, the child died. And all Israel buried him and mourned for him according to the word of the Lord, which he spoke by his servant Ahijah the prophet.
The rest of the acts of Jeroboam, how he warred and how he reigned, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. And the time that Jeroboam reigned was 22 years, and he slept with his fathers, and Nadab his son reigned in his place.
Okay, now verse 21, we're going to switch
Judah.
over to Judah in the south with King Rehoboam. Now Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city that the Lord had chosen out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. His mother's name was Naamah the Ammonite, and Judah did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. And they provoked him to jealousy with their sins that they committed, more than all that their fathers had done. For they also built for themselves high places and pillars and Asherim on every high hill and under every green tree. And there were also male cult prostitutes in the land. They did all according to all the abominations of the nations that the Lord drove out before the people of Israel.
It shows that Rehoboam's reign was not such a righteous reign either.
No.
He's the son of Solomon.
Yeah.
This most
Grandson of
wise
David.
king. Yes, turned bad. Okay, verse 25. In the 5th year of King Rehoboam, Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem. He took away the treasures of the house of the Lord and the treasures of the king's house. He took away everything. He also took away all the shields of gold that Solomon had made. And so here we see Shishak coming. It's how bad things are in the reign of Rehoboam, that even all the treasures of the house of the Lord are being taken away.
I mean, that means that Rehoboam was really very weak.
Yeah, that he couldn't
defend that.
Yeah. And so King Rehoboam made some replacements. And King Rehoboam made in their place shields of bronze and committed them to the hands of the officers of the guard who kept the door of the king's house. And as often as the king went into the house of the Lord, the guard carried them and brought them back to the guard room.
Now, the rest of the acts of Rehoboam and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And there was war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam continually. So there's Israel in the north, Judah in the south, having war continually. And Rehoboam slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. His mother's name was Naamah the Ammonite, and Abijam, his son, reigned in his place.
Yep. So we've started now the history of Israel and Judah, Israel in the north and Judah in the south, and the writer of this is going to try to tell that story, bounce back and forth. It's difficult to follow and understand as it goes back and forth, but we'll help guide you through it.
Yep. And if you listen to our song that's on our website that you're going to link in the show notes, that will help you.
Super helpful. Just somehow listen to it again. It's not the greatest singing or quality, but if you want to know who the kings of Israel are and who the kings of Judah are, that song will help.
It will.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.